about sociology versus Indian or Islamic sociology. So there are different ways of delving deep into the subject and trying to understand it. And he said it's a unique subject. So uniqueness is what it makes Islamic sociology. Otherwise, so we have to have a deeper understanding, philosophical understanding of the society that we are living in. This is what the real objective of social science is, to read the human mind and to say what is not stated.
ये मरकज़ुल मारिफ़िल मुफ़न की वो किताब है कि जिसमें अहदिनों के हर सवाल का जवाब है। ये मरकज़ुल मारिफ़िल मुफ़न की वो किताब है कि जिसमें
Now I am going to invite Dr. Manzar Imam Qasmi. Please come and share your opinions about that topic.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bishrah li sadri, Rabbi zidni ilma. We all have gone through the presentation about the topic sociology or Islamic sociology. I think I have been present here since morning and I have seen it that the highest number of questions or the suggestions which came was in this session. So in that sense, today we are going to end the day with one of the widest or diverse participation, and that gives us hope that our program is going to succeed. There are certain confusions about the topic, and the kind of questions raised explains to us why this topic is so important and why we need to write about it and we need to speak about it. Because the more the questions, the more the confusions, the more we feel the need to address it. Sociology and social science can be interchangeably used. The confusion arises because of misunderstanding or vague understanding of the idea of sociology and social science. Sociology is rather an old use of the term, while social science is currently widely in use. Sociology, wherein a part of the word is logi, which is logos, a very old Greek word which means itself discourse or science. So social science and sociology are the same things. Maulana Muhammad Nazir Ahmad Qasmi started the presentation and he spoke about the dichotomy of the subject, bringing before us or trying rather in a way to disperse the cloud which is there about sociology versus Indian or Islamic sociology. So there are different ways of delving deep into the subject and trying to understand it. And he said it's a unique subject. So uniqueness is what it makes Islamic sociology. Otherwise we are well aware about the topic of sociology. And while speaking or shedding light on the idea of Islamic sociology, he said that it is purely religious. So it makes it distinguishes from the sociology that we study in colleges and universities. So we have to distinguish between contemporary sociology and Islamic sociology. This is also in a way to reach out or towards Islamization of certain disciplines. Some of our participants raised the question that there is a lot and knowledge is floating. There is an expansion of knowledge and there are broader aspects of knowledge which are coming out every day. So why do we need to speak about that while there are other things already existing? So therein comes the answer. It's not the knowledge which is floating that we have to acquire, rather we have to package it in a different way. This marketization and giving it a particular mark, it makes it distinguished. So we have to make it into a different way of presentation which is appealing to the people. Otherwise, for every subject in the world today, especially when we talk about social sciences, this is the widest subject in the academia. And everyone has an opinion about something or the other. And this is actually a multidisciplinary subject. It's interdisciplinary subject. For example, if you go to study my subject, for example, international studies or international relations, these are multidisciplinary subjects wherein you have to have understanding of history, geography, political science, and there are certain other branches of knowledge which you have to know. Similarly is the case with sociology. It's a wider subject, and the wider the subject, the more the confusion, the more the questions. And this is one of the areas where a lot of objections are raised against Islam and Muslims. There is therefore the need to have a focused study of the subject and bring it closer to the realities and try to cover the areas and aspects where we are faced with challenges, we are faced with questions. That is why I again appreciate what Maulana Burhanuddin Sahab said, that this course also has part of comparative study of religions. As students of universities, we know that again comparative religion or comparative study of religions have different centers and departments in universities. This is not part of this sociology or social science. So this makes this course even more unique. So uniqueness has to be understood. I would like to flag this point before you to have a better understanding and better grasp of the objective of sociology. Does anyone have any idea what is the actual objective of social science which is taught in universities? Can anyone raise a hand and give me an answer? Objective of the social science. The kind of social science subject taught to students at a school level is totally different from what is taught at college and university level. So we have to understand. This is quite a broad subject where the approach is totally different. The actual objective of social science is, and that will sound a little strange, to say what is not said and to answer the questions which are not stated and to state what is not stated actually. This is quite complicated. So this is about reading the mind, what the mind is thinking about, the issues. So we have to have a deeper understanding, philosophical understanding of the society that we are living in. This is what the real objective of social science is. To read the human mind and to say what is not stated. So it makes it a lot of relevant. It's acutely relevant, and people were scornful of the process, but the process needed to give some order, and Al-Hamdulillah, I'm glad I'm also part of it. As Maulana Burhanuddin Sahab said, Kullukum Ra'in wa Kullukum Masoolun here. Each question raised here is against each one of us, and we are all responsible for that because we have been involved in the process. So these are questions raised in order to seek answers and to make the entire syllabus acutely relevant for what is needed today. So these are some of the basic ideas which I wanted to flash here to understand the importance and the significance of the entire program of study, and in fact it is one of the widest topics and it is quite wide, and that is why there is a confusion and people are raising questions. But I'm glad that there was intellectual elegance, conceptual stability and acute relevance to the answers, and in a major voice Maulana Burhanuddin Sahab and Brother Nazir Ahmed Qasmi, they tried to express themselves and try to come up or struggle with the riddle which is still there in our minds. But I'm sure that this gives us a lot of clarity, and this also poses before us the challenge that we have, that this is not a simple subject which is taught just in universities. Rather, we are trying to give it a branding and remodel it in a way which makes it more relevant and which makes it gives clarity to our thought, to our approach to the wider world, because there is a lot of opinion floating, there is knowledge expansion, there is information explosion today, and in those cacophony of the voices that we have to give a sound and relevant voice, very thoughtful study which can appeal people and which can answer a lot of questions which are raised today. And I would like to end here. I know that we are all flowers of the beautiful garden of Ajmal, and each flower has a different fragrance. We are of different shapes and sizes, and we have different tastes. But I would like to end here. इसी दरिया से उठती है वो मौजे तुंद जौलावी नहंगों के नशेमन जिससे होते हैं तहोबाला. We are here to face the challenges, and I'm sure we are ready for that. We have taken up the challenge. Thank you so much.